All right, hey everyone, welcome back to another volume of The Grind. We're switching things up again. We're doing another hip-hop edition. We've got a couple Canadian indie hip-hop dudes with us. Who do we have here today?
Ira Lee, yo.
DJ Heywood, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Regina, Saskatchewan.
What do you guys think of the scenes? You guys I'm assuming have been there for a while. You've developed some of the scene itself. What have you seen changed in the years that you guys have been going at it there?
Well, since I started rap in Regina and moved away to Montreal, it's become just a total pile of steaming feces. That's why I don't live where I rap about, oddly enough and strangely enough. I'm completely inspired by Saskatchewan music, environment, topography, character, but I can't live there because creativity isn't the foundation and focus of subgenre music. I mean, we're indie musicians, so we need to be where all the opportunities are. I'm going to let Heywood comment on Saskatoon. Regina and Saskatoon have nothing to do with each other. Saskatoon is where hip-hop was born and where hip-hop lives. Regina is like a fart in the wind.
Yeah, like he said, Saskatoon is known as hip-hop, or Canadian hip-hop capital. Basically, everything goes down. Yeah, period. Like, you talk to people from LA, you talk to people from New York, they all want to play Saskatoon. It's ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense because we're like in the middle of nowhere, and like these big stars want to come play Saskatoon because there's such a following.
Well, but it's where it goes down. Because I mean, think about it like this. Think about the fact that you have a city that's going to come out and like 350 people are going to come out to a no-name show. People who don't have videos, people who don't have anything, just on the strength of loving rap music and culture. Whether they've heard about the artist or not, it's actually the cool place to be in Saskatoon. So I mean, there's a huge scene there that Regina could learn from.
So what do you think the scenes in Saskatoon, not so much as Regina, but is a stronger scene than what you might find in, maybe I'm just going off the wall here, in Calgary or Edmonton? I'm sure there are definitely artists representing from each of these places, but what itself makes Saskatchewan such a hotbed for hip-hop?
It's the people, the promoters. They like when I was young, there was quite a few promoters that took risks on big shows. Like for Saskatchewan, like they had Exhibit back in the day. They had Delta Funky Homo Sapien. They had a Casual. They had
those shows in?
Fat Mac.
There you go.
This dude that just randomly loved hip hop, and he brought these shows in, and like through generations and generations, and now I'm the one that's putting on most of the shows in Saskatoon, and it's just spiraled. Like, I mean, we had radio shows and we like pounded into people that that's what they were supposed to listen to for rap.
Yep.
And the mixtapes that we put out and everything. So Saskatoon is like mainly focused on West Coast rap, not like West Coast gangster rap, but West Coast underground
hip-hop.
Yeah.
West Coast underground hip-hop music. But look at like Saskatoon. Saskatoon's like a ripe peach, and Regina's like a diaper you found sitting on the corner of a building, a ripe diaper with the cartoon stink lines shooting out.
Do you know what this is? It is what it is.
But like honestly, I put out like 11 albums. I'm on 11 different professionally manufactured, internationally distributed and mastered albums, including vinyl, excluding guest appearances, blah, 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 and I'm still a nobody. I'm a legend of rap, but I'm a nobody, and that's how it's supposed to be. I mean, and that's why I work with this guy right here. There's probably 4 shows that have happened in Saskatoon in the last, like, 5 or 6 years this guy hasn't been involved with, and they've been punished as a result of not getting into the scene directly. So it's about respect. It's about old school b-boy respect. You open up the doors, people are supposed to keep opening for you, and if they don't, I mean, you know, go grab that diaper, dog.
Musically, what kind of differences would you guys describe from small town American hip-hop, you know, the American style hip-hop, versus Canadian hip-hop? What things musically, lyrically, even just the feel of the whole scenes and the kids that get into it?
Okay, I gotta steal this one. I got a mic hog, center of attention syndrome. You'll notice that myself and Sheldon sound the same way we rap. Like, there's no, yeah, what's going on in there? Like, you know, I slang, you know. There's no fakeness. Yeah. And that punishes you as well as it's a huge benefit. We're from Regina, Saskatchewan. I used to go and fucking tip cows with my friends. Like, I knew all the panhandlers on the street. I started skateboarding. I wore the same pants for 15 years, you know. I've been on welfare in 3 different provinces. Like, it's the community. And that's a massive difference just what's going on, I think, in the prairies or in the West. If you're touring or you're active or you're putting out music, the lyrics have to be honest and sincere, and that's what all the old school of Saskatchewan hip-hop pushes for. So there's a new school right now that's just lost. And you see that, like, this guy sounds like 50 Cent, this guy sounds like this guy sounds like that. And it's because Saskatoon is isolated. Like, if you look at the actual geography, you can take your sources or your influences from anywhere. So most people's first exposures is like a show that DJ Heywood threw, or a show that I stole my way on the flyers, and it has something to do with the scene. And if you're outside of the scene, your music usually reflects that. It means you don't do any touring outside of your city. You're big on the internet. Your girlfriend's 6 friends come to every one of your show, or you're gangbanger and music's secondary. Yeah. So it's like, skills first, and that's what I think what me and this guy have done. We surrounded ourselves with the people who are the most skilled and good people, just not douchebags. Yeah. You know, anti-douchebag. You know, they're everywhere.
And like, just to elaborate that, I think coming from Saskatoon, I think there's so many original styles coming from Saskatoon, or came from Saskatoon. I'm not saying coming now, but like when I came up, there was so many different styles of rap. There was slower rap, there was like real like spoken word poetry, there was real fast like West Coast like double time rap, and they had all these genres of independent rap covered. I think that more cities, like especially Toronto, dude. Toronto has nothing to do with if we played a show in Toronto at like a club that say Classified played at. Yeah. Like, they wouldn't even know what to do.
Different world.
It's a totally different world. And they're so close to the States. That's another thing, is like Vancouver to a certain extent, Toronto, like all the East Coast, like Montreal, they're so close to the States that they're so influenced by the States.
Yeah, and it reflects absolutely in all their music. Like, we were supposed to have another artist joining us on this tour, and he couldn't make it over the border. Yeah. And that was just because of that's the way the politics work on an independent level. I mean, you have border guards tripping out on people who are obviously nobodies. I mean, the clothes that they're dressed in just show you that. And so it's really difficult to create a scene when you're trying to reach out to bring in. Mm-hmm. So it's I think a lot of people in Saskatchewan look outwardly, and that's how they develop their careers, is from a sense of self-esteem that perpetuates inward, which is fucking twisted. Because if you think about it, you don't love yourself first. You start loving what everybody reacts to. And when you have a dialogue with your audience, you've lost yourself. When you're responsible for what they think of you, you're no longer you. You're a them. You're a product of that imagery. Yeah.
You're sheeple.
And so that's what we're against. And it's just basically we do that by hanging out, by constantly ripping each other and being horrible for each other's self-esteem, by making fun of each other's superficial flaws, just essentially being really mean to each other to keep each other grounded. Yes. It's dude, you're nothing. Well, yeah, you're nothing too, more. And it makes us fans more than artists.
Yeah, and when I was coming up, kids nowadays, they get turntables and a mixer and they think they're the greatest DJ ever. They had nobody to show them. They had nobody to criticize them. And when I came up, dude, I carried crates. I carried DJ record bags. I carried turntables. I wasn't allowed to touch them at shows. Yeah. You know what I mean? You have to pay dues in order to, you know what I'm saying? And that's where a lot of these younger people, they just don't understand. And that's why we've surrounded people with people that do understand that and do realize that there is some kind of dues to be paid in hip hop.
Well, seriously though, honestly, that's fucking knowledge right there.
Do you think a lot of that just not respecting the elders, the people that have put down the work in it in the past? Do you think a lot of that's because of the internet and the accessibility of just?
But it's also because rap is cheesy as hell. Rap is a joke. It's a bad American joke.
It's also because people can make beats on computers.
Well, easy access.
It's easy access to everything right now.
You can buy a hip hop career, and then you can wear your hip hop career, and you can change it on Monday.
I heard this dude talking in an interview, and he was a rap interview about his music, and about 75% of that interview was talking about his swagger and how he dressed. That has nothing to do with music. No. I could dress like a dirty bum. I do dress like a dirty bum half the time, and I make good rap. I don't care.
I'll tell you the difference between East Coast and West Coast Canadian hip-hop music. To an American person, when you go to the East Coast, there's going to be a huge American influence. When you go to the extremities, obviously Vancouver is Los Angeles and Toronto is New York. Now, the problem with that is right in the middle, you have this huge prairie that's trying to establish their identity. So, for the first 10 years that I made music, I got ridiculed because I was the first rapper in Regina. What is this guy even doing? This is a great novelty. Look at that guy at punk shows, at hardcore metal shows, anything I do, biker bars, gay bars. There's your in. But any chance I could have to get on a microphone. And unfortunately, 10 years later, it's still like that because we're too stubborn. We were talking about it today. We wouldn't be doing rap anymore if we weren't such stubborn babies. Because me and this guy have a point to prove, and we don't even know who we're proving it to anymore. But it's music that gives us a reason to prove something. So, you know, there's a bond. If I could say one thing about Canadian hip-hop, get a motherfucking job. Rap has a lot to learn from a lot of other musical genres. People are laughing at us because of you.
Being a hipster, like Cadence weapon.
Unnamed Canadian rapper going, yo, we put on a show for you. Where's our money?
Classified. And if DJ Ivy wants to battle, I'll battle him for his whole tour check.
Johnny was an all-American.
In the end, are you not proving it for yourselves?
I want bitches, money, fame, endorsements, cars, yachts, a yacht for my car, a car for my yacht, and 2 yachts in case I want to park the yacht with all my cars on it on the yacht.
But if you really wanted all that, you would change the style and change your attitude.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
Right?
Thank you.
So you're sticking with it.
We have the skills that we could sell out like in a second, and we could probably get like, you know, a small independent like deal that's like, you know, nowadays it's like the more hipster rap, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like more Baltimore and they rap over. We could do that in a second. This dude is retarded. Like
you talk to any of these guys and like you talk about turntablism, and we have club DJs who are like, yo, Heywood, man, show me that new scratch. We have rappers that come up to me, the most hardcore gangbanging rappers. Like, we just did a show in Regina, everybody got out of jail. I met 10 dudes that just got out of jail. Everybody there.
Check
At
out
the
my
rap show.
prison pad.
And then we do a show like 3 blocks down, and everybody there could barely even look at us because like we don't shop at American Apparel.
Yeah.
My hair's not blonde enough. So all these fucking stereotypes. When you're in between the middle of them, like, goddamn, are you ill? Because either you hide at home, or you come out all the time and you're like, listen, this is my fucking gravity. This is my world. Pay attention or don't. And myself, I've gotten to a point where I'm indignant. I'm like, if you're not paying attention to me, let's go. Like, I'm gonna get, you have to listen or leave. And so, with that kind of stubbornness applied to every aspect of what we do, to Heywood's promotion, to us making sure there's a foundation in Saskatoon above all other Saskatchewan hip-hop, things emanate out. So you can compare scenes in Canada, what's happening in Saskatoon. You can compare scenes in Canada, what Saskatoon lets them be.
Halifax.
Enfield. I'm just about to go to the East Coast, and like look at it like this way. It made more sense for us to divide this tour into an Eastern and Western Canada because of how much we had to drive.
Yeah. Touring Canada is a drive.
Look at it like this. We have twice as much of a fan base. We make twice as much money in the West Coast, and the East Coast is almost an unknown. This is the first time I've toured the East Coast of Canada in a career of 10 years. This is the first time we've even been out there, and it's just because it's so barren. Like getting from Winnipeg to anywhere east, that's huge. And I mean, that's something we need to work at. We need to work on as Canadian artists, because we're all so divided. Like fake American rappers and emo rappers, we're all the same shit to everybody else that's not in rap. So I mean, as if we can't all build and make money, because everybody in some way, shape, or form wants an audience, wants money, or wants marketing. So we can work together to make all those things happen. Because indie rappers suck at promoting themselves, and the guys who are all promotion suck at rap. And the dudes with the big, huge videos and all the cars sell drugs. So let's all get together.
Just like in the old days, I mean, everybody's got to take their niche and work it, apply it towards the scene and build that scene and let it grow. Speaking of scenes, what is a scene in Canada that might not be that well known that you guys are excited to play at?
Maybe Edmonton. Edmonton doesn't get enough shine because it's such a messed up city. Edmonton's like a bigger Regina. Like basically, I think that what you experience in Edmonton is that everyone from Regina either moves to Calgary or moves to Edmonton at some point in time. Like the West gravitates further west because I think for comfort. You don't have to go too far, but you're not where you grew up. There you go. Monetary reasons too. Money, oil, all the industries. But like Edmonton will be an interesting show because really everybody that's coming to that show is our friends. It's a lot less fans. We have about like 65 friends that have to come to that show because of favors, because of this, because of that. So if they don't bring their friends, then that's what is detrimental to a scene. Like that's what we need. I think that when Canadian hip-hop is cool, then everybody's going to get paid, like from the bottom to the top. And I mean, it's just waiting for us to, but unity's so fake because I mean, rap has such a huge ego, so I don't know.
Yeah, is that something you want to see when everyone gets paid?
I kind of don't want to see whack rappers on the same stage as me sharing money with me, to be honest with you.
No,
I mean, if you're a herb, why?
Yeah, exactly. Like, at the same time, though, you have to deal with some of those people sometimes. Like, it's all networking, like you said. If you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours, basically. That's basically what it is. And, like, basically a squirrel trying to get a nut. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all these squirrels are trying to get this one nut.
Yeah. All these squirrels I'm talking about now. I'm talking about like a family, like the fucking chipmunks are fighting over this acorn, right? And it's like a war. It's a war zone. And so that you have to look at it like that. Everybody wants important, right? It's very important. If I could say one thing about Canadian hip-hop, if I could say one thing to an aspiring turntablist rapper, club DJ, commercial marketing force, however you want to classify yourselves, get a motherfucking job. handle your life, then your music will be better. And I mean, I've made that mistake, and we're still making that mistake, not focusing on the life part. But as we get older, you have no choice.
Exactly.
So now I'm starting to see the wisdom of my years. Get on the mic, be just as hungry as you are, and actually put out albums. That's lost to so many people. People don't put out albums anymore. They don't invest in themselves, and so other people don't either.
Yeah, dude, a YouTube video is not enough.
Well, that's
like,
what I'm
straight
saying.
up.
Your
Like,
mixtape, that's not even a mixtape, it's like a burnt CDR.
Yeah.
I mean, the irony is so thick there.
Yeah.
Rap has a lot to learn from a lot of other musical genres. Rap needs to do what punk did in the early 70s. Rap needs to do what grunge did in the late 90s or early 90s or whatever. It needs to really define itself, especially in Canada, because again, like I have people from Europe, we have people from the States that are just like, yo man, I love your Canadian accents. And you talk to someone from Canada and like, okay, I'm going to throw out this statistic here. 96% of the rappers I meet in Canada sound nothing like themselves when you put them in front of a microphone. There's this whole fake image created. And,
The gimmickry
and people are laughing at you, dude. People are laughing at you. People are laughing at us because of you. So, you know, be yourself.
I mean, nowadays it's either the trend of either being a real like gangster or jiggy rapper, or being a hipster like Cadence weapon. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the two popular genres right now, like that Ghislaine Poyer and like all that kind of stuff, and like it's
And we have nothing against trends.
No, it's not trends. It's just the fact that it's not rap.
Well, there you go.
In my opinion, it's not rap. There's no, when you build a beat, there's no samples in it. You're not sampling from vinyl. You're not like, there's no soul to the music. First of all,
All the history's gone, you know? And people think that hip hop, like people argue, oh, you're a hater. That word in hip hop, it just sickens me. Because hater is a way to say your valid, constructive opinion is gonna go in a circle. Because dude, why you gotta hate on me, man? Why you gotta play? Dude, we're telling you, everybody's laughing at you, nobody's coming to your shows, and your crap is unskilled and basic and phony and monosyllabic and unintelligent and retarded, and I'm offended the way you rap to me. I want my $3 back.
See, that's another thing, is like, a long time ago, people like hone their craft. Like, dude, I didn't come out of the basement for like 4 years.
Yeah.
I did not. And then my friends, my crew would not allow me to do shows. Would not allow me. Hey, word up to Crispy. Anyway, like, dude, they did not allow me to DJ in public, period. Because when I came out, you know what I mean? I came out with like, you know, with some steam. And like, nowadays people are like getting their turntables when they're doing a show. Or starting to rap before they like even know how to hold a mic.
And then no matter how good they get, eventually, if they ever do, they're still that guy that, oh yeah, he played that show and he just fucking sucks.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
It's just annoying. People don't like. You have to be a craftsman. You know what I mean? When you go to school to study for your degree because you get, essentially what education is learning all the things you can do until you know what the only things you can do. And that's right, that's education, that's wisdom, that's life experience. People forget about that and don't apply it to their hobbies or their pursuits. So there's all these rappers that only listen to rap. There's all these rappers that only like one rapper or that only like their crew or whatever. I have so many guys coming up to me drenching my earlobes with saliva over some minimal, just bullshit waste of my time. That why am I supposed to listen to this? Because it seriously looks like your sister found this in the toilet and gave it back to you. Did you drop this?
At a show, I've got like about 15 to 20 people tops rapping in my ear.
Yeah.
Like, save that for the basement, dude.
Seriously.
Like, put out something. Let your friends hear it. Let your mom hear it. Whatever.
And see, what me and this guy are preaching is the difference is if you put out something because you came to our show and spent that $5, we come to yours. That's a scene. We come to yours.
You gotta support
come to
the scene.
ours. Yeah, there's a rap show. Everybody go, yo, you check this out, man. Everybody go, oh, hot guys, yes, Nick's big, yeah, rap. And that's what happens. That's what makes a community. Because the only way you can get positive out of negative is to completely transform the definitions of rap. And I mean, me and Heywood aren't preaching drug dealing and being cool and like none of the obvious aspects that of musicianship or of the stereotypes do we advocate. But at the same time, we benefit from them. I came up hip hop. This is my culture. Yes, there's elements to it. Yes, there's a hierarchy. Yes, there's a code. Yes, there's a process. Pay your dues and I'll explain it to you. Don't come up to me and tell me you did everything and now I have to respect you.
In the end, it all does come back down to respect, though. You respect the genre, respect, you know, the 4 elements. You got to respect the history. And a lot of these kids are just passing that.
Me and this guy have rolled up on unnamed Canadian rapper after unnamed Canadian rapper going, yo, we put on a show for you. Where's our money? And it's crazy. The favors that we've done for some people that aren't returned, especially Heywood.
Classified. I'll just call it out there.
Just saying though.
And if DJ wants to battle, I'll battle him. I'll battle him for his whole tour check.
There you go.
Straight up.
It's skill first, and any shit that we talk, we're gonna back 100,000,000%. You can take that to the bank. The people that you need to look out for are the people that aren't getting a lot of shine because they're creating what everybody else is running with to make commercial.
Yeah.
Sheldon's got some huge shows coming up in Saskatoon. We've got Gift Gab coming up.
Yeah, Black Alicious on June 25th. And Jurassic 5. Cool Keith is coming down the pipeline sometime in fall, and we're just gonna keep going.
But just remember, look at rap two ways. If you think you're gonna get rich, you gotta be doing what everybody else is doing. If you wanna be an artist, you gotta be doing what is inside of you.
Let's flip the coin here. Anything, any guys coming up in any of the scenes that you guys are familiar with that you really think people should keep an ear out for? Some good stuff coming out.
Everybody, man. Everybody is doing something independently. Predator here tonight. My man behind the camera. Put on the show. Every single person who's doing their thing that comes up to me and just like wants to be my friend before selling me a CD or giving me some whack rap speech about how dope freestyle their homie is. Anyone who's genuinely a nice person, I got your back. I rap with kids for nothing. I do albums, I create beats for kids for nothing, just because they're nice guys. And then I have like total like all homo dudes coming up to me, being on some real whack shit, and that's where it's just like, dude, you've already presented yourself to me because you're not a nice person. Come up to me and shake my hand.
Yeah.
And as far as Saskatoon for people coming up, I'd say something fresh. I'd say Known Prophet.
Guest All Collective.
Yeah.
DJ Heywood.
No, I'm not gonna say. No.
I said that. You didn't say that.
Well, that's whatever. That's what's neither here nor there. But there's a lot of like up and coming groups that I've heard of. Like I really like Lex and Woodevsky in Calgary. Those guys are pretty dope. Epic
in Alberta and Edmonton. And that's a good example. Epic is the kind of guy that
Cut Down in Winnipeg.
There you go. Cut Down in Winnipeg. Freak Show. Foul Tone, you know what I mean? Like Ness, like the list does go on, and these are all independent rappers in a small community around Canada that are in some way, shape, or form involved with every show from big to small that happens.
Yeah.
You know, it's to some degree. The people that you need to look out for are the people that aren't getting a lot of shine because they're creating what everybody else is running with to make commercial.
Yeah, dude, while you're in the spotlight and you're on the stage, there's some dude in the basement that is perfecting, like that is just killing it every day, going like 10 hours a day to perfect it. And he's gonna come out and he's gonna destroy you. It's inevitable. You know what I mean?
For rappers and for DJs, for young dudes coming up, study your craft. And that's how you get respect from the old guys. You straight up come to a dude, you put a record on the table, and you're cutting it up crazy because you got a dude earlier to do a free show just to get it, people. You really have to sacrifice. That's something a lot of people forget. Like, I fucked up so much of my life just to be here doing this show for, I mean, not even enough for all of us to pay the rent. Because it's love. Sacrifice.
Love of the craft.
There you go.
Let's talk about your tour really quickly here, guys. What dates are coming up? Where can people find you?
We're in Edmonton on Friday, on the 29th at Crown Pub, and for the rest of Alberta is just Calgary on the 30th at Local Lou's South, I think. South. Yeah, that's all for Alberta right now.
And then we got because we do a lot of community work, myself and Heywood, outside of hip hop, just to be able to reinforce it, because the kids are the future. You know what I mean? And we've got a workshop set up at a community organization called iHuman in Edmonton as well, that deals with the last of the last, kids that got kicked off welfare so they can't survive. This is the place they go, and that's where we are needed, because this is what they look forward to help move out of their lives.
Something to turn it on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm headed out east too, and I'm going to be in Ottawa on the 11th. I can't remember the room. You have to check myspace.com, iRelee, sonicbids /iRelee.com, or iRelee is whack for all the tour details. Sheldon's got some huge shows coming up in Saskatoon. We've got Gift Gab coming up.
Yeah, Black Alicious on June 25th, and Jurassic 5 on June 25th.
Nice. Yeah.
So yeah, and then like Cool Keith is coming down the pipeline sometime in fall, and we're just gonna keep going.
Keep your ears to the ground. Get involved. Dudes that are up and coming, get involved in all those little rap community websites. Go to all your little indie shows. Read those independent magazines. Study your business schemes. But just remember, look at rap two ways. If you think you're going to get rich, you got to be doing what everybody else is doing. If you want to be an artist, you got to be doing what is inside of you. And that takes a long time to figure out sometimes. If it takes 6 years for you to become halfway original, that's 6 years I'll give you £1 for. Otherwise, I'm not even going to look at you.
That's really well put.
You know?
Anything else you guys want to get out there before we wrap it up today?
We just want to thank, let's thank for this show. Big up to Amigos.
Yeah, big up to Nathan for bringing us out here.
Big up to Nathan for hooking it up.
DJ Shakes.
DJ Shakes in the place.
Shakes,
my man Predator for holding it down tonight. Everyone in Saskatchewan who's doing their own thing, keep on grinding, and just remember, like, kiss your mom with the same accent you rap with, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Big ups to you for giving a shit.
What's the show name?
It's The Grind.
You're looking at big ups to the grind
big
for,
ups to the grind.
you know, big ups for the grind for all the bleeps and editing that'll be necessary for it.
Right on. Well, thanks, guys.
Word.
Dude.